Hey guys, Flip Flop here. Today, I want to show you guys by far the most overpowered blitz in Madden 25. You could say the most overpowered blitz in any Madden because I've been running it for like 2 or 3 years now, and I don't want to be conceited or anything like that. I always want to, remain humble before the Lord. I feel like that's the best way to go. But to be truthful, this blitz makes the vast majority of people just crumble, just fall apart. They don't know what to do with themselves because you can just take anybody out of their game plan, out of their natural scheme, and only the best of the best that I've played against even know how to adapt and counter this blitz. Most people end up quitting prematurely, dashboarding, or just have to take a bad loss. And so the blitz has really done wonders for my game. And I think those of you, after watching this video, that give it a shot will see tremendous improvement on your defense. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, guys, so here's the play right here. The blitz itself is called mid-blitz 0, and it can be found in 2 formations. As you can see below, nickel double mug is one formation, the more common one, and then a few playbooks have one called the nickel double mug over, which is like the exact same thing. I don't even know what the difference is, but it can be found in both of those formations. I know it's in the Ravens playbook, the Buccaneers playbook. Those are 2 that I know off the top of my head that have the mid-blitz in it. But I have a custom playbook I use personally, so I have both variations of it in there. It don't really matter, though. Same thing. But let's get into some examples of seeing the mid-blitz in practice and how it can be so lethal. All right, guys, so right here, I went into just a random online head-to-head game to try it out a little bit, kind of show you guys how this blitz is so powerful. So the first thing I want you guys to notice right here is I want you to count how many blitzers there are. Those are defenders that have the orange little line indicating they're attacking the quarterback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now 6 blitzers is a really important number. A reason why, the main reason, is because on a standard play, the offense will have 5 offensive linemen on the field. Almost every play, offenses run as 5 offensive linemen. And so if you have 6 people blitzing and only 5 linemen blocking, that's just simply not enough people for the offense to block everybody. 5 linemen will block 5 defenders, and that 6th person will just come free unblocked. That's what makes the mid-blitz so powerful. And in this particular case, because the quarterback's under center, I take the guy, the safety at the top that's man-covered on the running back, and I will bring him, as you can see right here, I bring him right in the middle, like in the zero technique in between the 2 blitzing linebackers. And so now we have 7 people rushing, and this just creates an absolute overload. And watch this run play. The QB gets the ball, tries to hand off to the running back, and we just plow him in the backfield almost before the exchange can even happen. Just totally decimating for an offense. All right, guys, so another example right here. This time the offense is more in a spread out formation. They have 3 receivers, a tight end, they're in the shotgun, and 1 running back in the backfield. And so I want you to see, once again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on the line of scrimmage about to rush. That safety, Pinnock, that I'm controlling, his original assignment is supposed to be man coverage on the running back, but I audibled him to blitz just to kind of ignore that. I know it makes it look confusing, but just know that out of 11 defenders, we have 6 people that are supposed to be blitzing, and then those 4 guys are covering those receivers and tight ends, and this safety I'm using is supposed to be covering the running back. And so I want you to watch what happens next right here as the play's about to start. So what I do is I bring the safety up to the line of scrimmage, and now there's 7 people on the line of scrimmage, and what I'm doing, what my job is to watch the running back, because after all, that's who I'm supposed to be manned up on, right? So when the ball snaps, I just wait a half a second, and if the running back starts blocking, my plan is going to be to just go in there and rush, because think about this. So he has 5 offensive linemen blocking, and with my 6 rushers, 1 person will get through automatically. But if he makes the halfback become a 6th blocker, you can audible him to pass block. Then it would now be 6 blockers against 6 rushers, and now I won't have somebody getting through. So if the halfback sits there and blocks, then it's really important for me to bring in that safety to blitz as well. So now we have 7 rushers. Does that make sense, you guys? You always want to have 1 more rusher than they have blocker, so somebody can get through unblocked. And then at the same time, though, the running back can go out for a pass, so you have to be wary and be cautious about that. If the running back goes out for a pass, you need to cover him with that safety. Otherwise, if I just blitz him and the running back goes out for a pass, he'll throw it to him and he'll be uncovered and he'll get a huge 20-yard gain or more. And so on this play, as you can see, the ball snaps, and so I see the running back going out for a pass, and I go ahead and cover him, and the QB has no time. Somebody just comes through unblocked, and he gets sacked within like the first 2 or 3 seconds. It's just depressing going against this play unless you really know how to counter it. I'll show you at the end of the video ways to counter it, but man, it just ticks people off. I know it. All right, guys, third and final example right here. So as you can see, he has Jefferson on the left side. He has 2 receivers and a tight end on the right side. And then we have 1 defender man covering each of those 4 weapons. And then let's look at the line of scrimmage. The same usual thing. He has 5 offensive linemen, and I have my 6 rushers. And then lastly, the really important key to making this work, it looks better this time actually. My safety man covered on his running back. So as you can see right here, I'm going to bring the safety up to the line of scrimmage, and I'm going to put them in between those 2 linebackers in that zero technique, that middle gap. And so I only do this when the quarterback's under center, like in a single back. If it was in the shotgun, you'd want to kind of go, like on the last play when they were in the shotgun, you want to go to the side the running back's on. But since the running back's line in the middle, I myself will line myself in the middle. So again, we have a 7-person line of scrimmage, and I just plan on plowing my dude forward because I don't really think that running back will be able to get outside in time in this play. Anyways, I'm rambling, but ball snaps, no time whatsoever. Just absolute misery for the offense. Misery. That's what they've chosen, right? You know what I mean? But it's a fun play. My stepbrother, he don't play a lot of Madden, but I showed him this, and then now he goes on there all the time and just runs this one play and just torments people. All right, guys, so as promised, here are some ways to counter the mid-blitz. There is nothing in football that is truly unstoppable. No team, no single play on offense or defense. Don't ever believe that something's unstoppable. Anything can be countered if you know what you're doing. That's the beautiful thing about football. Truly a balanced sport. But I know the mid-blitz looked unstoppable, but I'm going to show you some ways to counter it right here. So I'm on offense in practice mode. I set up the defense to be in mid-blitz. And you know what's really ironic about this first play I'm showing you is that this is the exact same formation that my opponent was just in that mid-blitz tutorial that I showed you. The very last play I showed, look at side by side or next to each other. You can see plain as day the exact same formation, identical. But the big difference as to why the other guy's play failed and why mine right here will succeed against the mid-blitz is because of the play call. Very, very simple. That one dude called a quick pass play, and I just ate that up. But right here, my example is going to be a run play. We're going to do a crack toss to the right where the mid-blitz is the weakest. That's why it's called mid-blitz, because you blitz up the middle. And obviously it's very strong in the middle and strong against the pass, but very weak against outside runs. So that's a very easy way to counter it. Do some crack tosses, some stretch runs, and you'll eat that play up. All right, so right here we have the I formation, another outside run called. But look right here. Look at all the big guys I have on the field. I have my 5 offensive linemen. On the left, there's 2 tight ends. And then in the backfield, we have a fullback. So we have 8 big guys on the field. And this is how you counter zero blitz and the mid blitz and stuff like that people will run online. Is like they have 6 rushers, they have some defensive backs and linebackers rushing. That's cute and all, but when I put tight ends and fullbacks on the field, they will eat up those blitzing defensive backs. They are so much bigger and stronger than them, as you'll see right here, and they just plow through, and those guys don't stand a chance in the run game. That's how you counter people that run the dime package and dollar package. People are just so dang pass heavy in Madden. They just don't run nearly enough. That's why the best players are the ones that have a good mix of run and pass. People got to learn that and figure it out. It's too one-dimensional. It's child's play beating people that only pass and that only put all defensive backs on the field. Now, those two examples are run plays. For some of you, if passing's more your flavor, there are some ways to beat the mid blitz through the air as well, but you just have to pick the right concepts. Take a look at this one right here. I don't even know what play this is, but I want you to focus particularly on the A receiver and the B receiver. They're both running what's called a zig route. I'm sure a lot of you know what that is already, but zig routes, hook routes, curls, and drag routes are the three best routes I can think of to beat man coverage. There's other routes like corner routes and posts that beat man coverage well too, but those ones take a little bit too long to develop because they're deep routes. These routes are a little bit shorter, and as you've seen, the mid blitz can cause pressure in the first second and a half, so you need to get the ball out quick, and routes like this are the best ones to do so. I'll show you the A receiver catching a quick zig for a big gain, and the B receiver just showing that it can work going both ways. Zig routes are great man beaters, great mid blitz beaters especially. All right, so the last example I'll show for this video is the simple little jet sweep, this little touch pass. I know the play art looks kind of confusing, but basically that left side receiver, the Y man comes in motion from the left to the right, and the QB gives him the ball, and then he goes running around the right side. Pretty simple, but if there's one thing you should take away from this video, obviously other than learning about the mid blitz, it's strengths and weaknesses. Just in general, just mix up your play calling. Don't just pass deep every single play. That's what noobs do. They don't really know the game in and out. I hate to be so condescending and so rude, but people who know ball and are really good, they mix up their runs and their passes, their short passes and their deep passes, intermediates. They don't just run bombs every play. That's like arcade stuff, and so that's not the way to play football. That's not the way to win and be successful. You'd never see anybody in real life that's worth their salt doing something like that. And so other ways to beat the mid blitz too, that screen passes, little RPOs, different things like that. And so I hope this information has helped. I hope that y'all have gained something from watching this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. And y'all be sure to let me know in the comments what kind of stuff you guys want to see in the future. I hope you all have an incredibly blessed rest of your night, and I will catch y'all next time.